So I watched a new show. Maybe you've heard about it. It's called Jury Duty. Jokes aside, it seems a lot of people are talking about this new little gem of an Amazon Prime series. The series has dropped its first season recently and seemingly came out of nowhere. The show is an 8-episode situational comedy that follows the mockumentary format, something The Office has popularized and has become quite popular in the last couple of years. Now I know what you're thinking, Mr. Former Film Student. How can the title of this video be about this show advancing sitcoms if it's a style that's been done before? Well, that's a great question, and I think I might have an answer for you. Out of any type of genre in film and TV, I'd say comedy has changed the most over time. Look no further than the last 30 to 40 years of TV entertainment. In the mid-80s, popular sitcoms were family dramas. Shows like The Cosby Show or Growing Pains dominated ratings. 10 years later in the 1990s, and sitcoms changed a bit. Now shows like Seinfeld and Friends, shows about adults in their mid to late 20s, were the hot commodity. 10 years later in the 2000s, and now raunchier and edgier sitcoms started becoming more prominent with shows like The Office or It's Always Sunny. Cut to the 2010s, and oddball satirical looks at the sitcom genre like Arrested Development and Community became the talking points. My point is, comedy is always changing, evolving, and not just the stories but also the format. For most of TV history, the multi-camera setup was the standard. Also, most shows used sets. Then shows like Malcolm in the Middle came along and kind of paved the way for single-camera sitcoms to enter the spotlight. And the reason I decided to make a video on Jury Duty is because I was really impressed with how the show not only uses its premise, but its format to its max potential. For starters, I should probably explain the show. Jury Duty is a season of 8 30-minute episodes. The plot revolves around a courtroom trial, with the idea that everything in the trial is fake, everything is staged, and everyone is an actor, except for one guy. The idea of placing a normal person in a completely fake scenario is great and provides so many comedic opportunities. Not to mention they cast the perfect guy to play the normal guy. Seriously, he's so painfully average and standard that it works perfectly for these scenarios. However, having real-life elements to the show isn't something entirely new. Shows like Nathan For You and The Rehearsal both have a blend of reality with fiction or planned events, and both are brilliant works of art. But what Jury does, though, is create an entirely fictional story, a planned series of events that unfold in a strategic way. However, there's one hiccup in the system: a regular everyday Joe who's unaware he's in a TV show. What this allows Jury Duty to do is tell a story filled with unique and entertaining supporting characters, having outlandish and chaotic things happen inside the world of the story, but having a layer of unpredictability and surprise always underneath. I think back to the first episode, when one of the potential jurors asks our Everyday Joe character what ways he's heard of getting out of jury duty, to which Everyday Joe tells him he saw a Family Guy episode where Peter claims to be racist to get out of doing jury duty. Again, re-establishing the lead as an everyday sort of guy, but also setting up for the funniest moment of the episode when the judge addresses the juror asking him if there's a reason he can't serve on the jury, to which he states that he's a racist. It's moments like this that, sure, in a normal scripted series would possibly still be hilarious, but the combination of the spontaneity of the joke is what makes it great. The fact that talking head interviews are done the same for the non-actor as it is for the regular actors is also brilliant, making it really feel like they're all a part of the same story. This show is kind of reminiscent to Murder Mystery, a Netflix series from Will Arnett in which a scripted murder mystery is written each episode, with each episode having Will Arnett team up with a different famous guest star who isn't given a script and must improv and react to the scenes as they happen. However, what works so great about Jury Duty again is the blend of reality and fiction. In Murder Mystery, as great as the premise is, you still have trained actors playing a character. They still know going in that they'll be performing, just without a script. In Jury Duty, the story is written, the characters have their scripts, but one line or unpredicted action from our everyday Joe, who's unaware that everything around him is fictional, can change the course of the show or how a scene plays out. Because as much as our everyday Joe has no idea what's happening, the cast and crew have no idea how he will react or respond to any given event. Thus, the audience is eagerly waiting not just what crazy thing will they throw at this innocent normal guy next, but even more eagerly waiting how he's going to react, because the reaction is every bit as crucial to the joke landing as the setup and execution are. I haven't really seen a show like this before, and I kind of love that, because more so now than ever, for a show or movie to garner admiration and love, it has to stand out. It can't just be good. It doesn't have to necessarily change the game, but it has to push the genre, or push the art forward. Shows like How I Met Your Father or pretty much any sitcom on CBS are failing because they've not only failed to adapt, but they've failed to revolutionize. The shows that we talk about and remember are shows that didn't accept just being another good show, but decided to push creative boundaries. Malcolm in the Middle sought to eradicate the laugh track multicam setup to make the camera feel like a part of the story. Arrested Development showed how long-running gags and setups for jokes episodes in advance can reward attentive and dedicated viewers. Community sought to take every cliche and standard of your generic friend group sitcom and flip it on its head. Do I think Jury Duty is the best sitcom I've ever seen? No. It feels a little low budget at times, and at others, maybe the humor isn't exactly the highest of brow, but it's a show that didn't accept just being another good show. Instead, it sought to advance the genre and forward the sitcom format. It's also just really funny and such an easy watch. In the end, I want more shows like this. I'm sick and tired of seeing so many shows looking and feeling the same way. I don't think every show needs to reinvent the wheel, but it's really appreciated when a show takes the time to try and go for something fresh and exciting. Well guys, I hope you liked the video. Let me know if you're watching Jury Duty and what your thoughts are. Is this a show that can have multiple seasons, or is it sort of a one and done? That being said, thanks as always for watching. If you did like the video, make sure to let me know by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the little bell notification so you know when I post new content. And as always, I will see you guys on the next video.